Insights on the phrase, it's not whether you win or lose, it's how you play the game. I never realized this before. All the years of living, I never understood this phrase properly. It was only yesterday that I understood what it really means, or at least the way that it should be interpreted. And I got this from a brief comment on somebody else's YouTube channel on something completely different. But that one person's comment really just clarified that, because he said it differently. So, first of all, instead of thinking about game as like a baseball game, you think game as in terms of a activity that you want to do. Like me wanting to be a successful author. To have my books be quality, but then also to be a famous author. That gets to be considered the game. How you become a famous author, how you achieve that. Or like a good citizen who's running for political office, who has to figure out the rules and the systems, who knows his marketing and sales and charisma, meeting with people and the strategy, the reality of politics and everything else to try to win the election as the state representative or become the next governor. That is a game. That is something you do. And for each one of those major activities, you will lose a lot. But then how you lose, basically you learn from that, and eventually you win. I will eventually become a successful, famous author. The good citizen will eventually become a good leader of the people. So first of all, thinking game in those terms. But then there's the how you play the game. I never understood that phrase. I always thought it meant technique. That it wasn't just whether you win or lose, it's the technique and how you did it. And that's part of it, but more important is this insight is really it. It's being engaged in the activity. Your mind, your soul, your emotions, everything you do. And again, if you think about me being an author, writing the books as one form of it, becoming a successful author is a different type of game and being engaged in it. So the how you play the game, meaning your soul is engaged in this. Your soul energy, your life, your mentality is engaged in this project. It's engaged in this mission. And I think mission may be a better word than game. So it's not just technique how you play the game, it's the fact that you are engaged in it, that you're there. Or like Theodore Roosevelt has said, it's not the critic who counts, or the one who failed, but the one who's in it, who gets dirty, who falls but gets up again. I'm not going to give the exact quote because we can all look it up. But it's the how and game refers to your soul being engaged. You going out and doing it again because you want to do it, because you like to do it, because you want to succeed, because it's your mission to succeed, because you want to do whatever motivates you. That's your game, that's your mission. And then the how you play the game, winning or losing, I understand is not technique, not just technique, but it's your soul's engaged in something. And that's a life force type of thing. And every time you go out there and do something, you're transformed by the experience. When you win, you're transformed by the experience. When you lose, when you're transformed by the experience. What you do when being engaged, you're transformed by the experience. And then when you fail, when you really try for something specific and you fail, that's be a great fail, even if it's just a minor fail. And you say, well, what worked, what didn't? And you learn from that. You go it again. You do better because you've learned from it. You make a little bit greater success, but also some mistakes, but you learn from it. So that is the whole idea of how you play the game, is being engaged in the game, learning from what you do. Okay? So that makes a whole lot more sense to me. It's not whether you win or lose, it's how you play the game. So first think of game as your mission, as your goal, as your projects, the things you want to do, whether it's your personal fulfillment, your personal goals for something greater than yourself, whatever it is. If you think of game in terms of mission, goals, projects, things like that, that's your game. And then how your soul is engaged, your mind is engaged. You learn every day. Even if you have success every day, you learn from it every day. You're engaged in it every day. You're transformed by everything you do when you are engaged in the process every day. Your soul grows, your mind grows, your technical skills grow because you're engaged in it every day. That's how you play the game. And then the other how is that, the first how is that you're engaged and your soul's transformed. The second how is that it's your life, and it's a life force, so it's a circle enrichment. And then the next how is that your little failures you learn from. What happened? How can I learn from it? And then you do better the next time. Fewer mistakes each time. More successes each time. So, it's not whether you win or lose. It's how you play the game. Is this your mission? Is this what you want to do? Are you engaged in this process? Are you living in the process? And how much did you learn each day, each week, each specific goal? What did you learn? Celebrate your accomplishments always. Always. And your failures, celebrate what you did. Even when you failed, look at the successes that you made while you failed. And then for the mistakes, you're like, okay, this is what I've learned, and this is, I think, what we can do better the next time. So all that to me is how you play the game. And if that works for any of you, those kind of insights, great. Because it's a new thoughts to me, and it's going to change the way I look at many things in life.